What is up, guys? Welcome on back. And before we go to week 6, I tried to trade Amos, and I just the more I looked at my roster, the more I was like, I don't know if I'll do it. Just he's got 2 years left, and he's pretty cheap, and he's so fucking good. It's stupid for me to trade him, but so I decided to move Dobbs because I can't sign him anyway. And let's see, players ready to negotiate real quick. Yeah, Callan we can't sign. Wagner we can't sign. Oh shit, I didn't realize Wagner I couldn't sign. Quincy, Overton, Hopkins, we got to let these guys go. Pollard, Beverly will accept the option. All right, I should have traded for a safety. I didn't even fucking remember that he was up for, but it's fine. I can draft one. I'm not that worried about it. Overton's gone. Unfortunately, he's gone. See, I'm linebacker. I mean, we'll be drafting like running back and safeties and shit. Pollard, yeah, I don't need you. You're gone. Beverly will obviously accept the option on. He's going to get fucking paid, that guy. But so I'll show you the roster now. I'll show you what I did. So Dobbs, number 2, Eli Dobbs, who I really wanted to keep, I just couldn't. He didn't want to stay, so I had to trade him. So right now I got 3 players back from him. It was 1 player for 3-player trade. I'll show you who I got, and it's actually hilarious because I got someone who was on my team for a long time, left for a couple years, and now he's back. So, which was cool. So this guy Carter, he's 24. He just signed like a 6-year deal or something. So I've got him for 6 years at $2.8 million, which is great. He's only an 84. Here, I'll show you. I think he's got 6 years left on his contract or something crazy like that. Hold on. Yeah, 6 years left on his contract, which is beautiful. So he's not going to step in as my slot corner. Donaldson's going to step in as my number 2. Leary's my number 1. Toon will be like a main backup, and then Chapman will be there. So my corners are fine. The 2 guys that I drafted last year in the first round are going to be my starters. Leary's just going to be a star, but linebackers, I got Donald back. Kamani Donald. I don't know if you guys remember him from a few years ago, but he's got like 4 years left on his deal. So he can come in, he can play every single position. He could be a main backup. He might even start for me next year. Because Farrell, I'm probably going to start Contreras just because he's younger. This guy here, Contreras, will step in on the outside linebacker spot. And then, Callan's leaving. So I'll probably put Callan or Farrell. I'll leave Farrell here and I'll stick maybe even Eaton, Donald, or Contreras there. And then we can have just some good backups. But yeah, that was pretty cool to get him back. He's got 4 years left. And I also got a wide receiver who's going to be, it's funny because he's my third guy on the depth chart, but Smallwood's going to still be my slot. So when these guys are all up for contract at the same time, these Amos, Beverly, and Thomas, I think Smallwood actually might be up as well. I think they all got 2 years left on their deals. So this is going to be one of those deals where he's got 5 years left, so Smallwood's definitely staying. But Amos, Beverly's going to have to be signed next season, actually. So Amos and Thomas have 2 years left. So I'll probably end up I'll lose Amos. I'm not going to be able to sign him because I have to sign my quarterback that same year. So Amos will be gone. Thomas will step in. And then I'll hope that my plan is my receivers will be Beverly, Smallwood, Thomas, Medlock, Mays, and then just whoever else I'll replace. And then we'll go from there. But yeah, we're just we're rolling. I have to budget correctly to keep him for the long term. I'm going to have to give up a lot of players to keep that guy. Because by the time in 2 years he'll be a 99. I'll have to give him fucking $70 million a year. But anyway, let's play the game.
It's week 6 of the NFL, and we've got the Dolphins, veteran running back. Your standard at running back this season, pacing the league in rushing. It's the Dolphins and the Jets on Monday Night Prime Time.
We've all waited long enough to get here. It's time for some football as we welcome you to the NFL on EA Sports. All right, football fans, settle in because we got bragging rights on the line in this one. Kate Scott, Brock Hewitt here with you as we get set for a division rematch, Brock. One side seeking the sweep and the other looking for some revenge after how that first showdown went.
What do they say about familiarity? Familiarity does what?
It breeds something, Brock. It breeds, contempt.
It breeds contempt.
Yeah.
These teams don't like each other. They can fake it. They can say all the right things in the papers. They don't want any bulletin board material. But the fact is, you know your division foes better than anybody, and they know you. And that familiarity does bring a little extra heat into this matchup.
This one's fielded at the 40-yard line. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. So the Dolphins offense headed out for their opening drive. And we'll get a chance to see someone still in the early stages of their career, this third-year QB.
While we all love to talk about the quarterback, he really wasn't at the forefront of their win last week, Kate. Kind of took a step back and let some of his teammates shine. Yeah, he made a good mark with a touchdown pass, a bad mark with an interception. Welcome to life in the NFL as a quarterback. You know he wants to make a little more noise, elevate everybody else a little better than he did a week ago.
Right off the rip, he's throwing deep. Well, they took their shot immediately. Would have been cool if they connected, but no luck. Second down. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he'll take this up to around the 29-yard line. It's 3rd and 8. Need to get a chunk here. He's dropping back to throw. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring it up 4th down.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
And he can't evade the coverage team for much. They stop him before he gets really anything on that return. So now it's the Jets getting out on offense for their opening drive. And leading the way is their 4th-year QB.
There were times, I'll be honest with you, Kate, that I wish I played baseball. Because you have a bad outing, like this QB did last week with no touchdowns, a couple interceptions. In baseball, you get to play the next day. You get to flush it right away. He's had to sit on it all week long, and you know he wants to rectify it here.
They'll throw to begin this drive. Finds him over the middle. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Play clock down to 0, and the flags come out.
Delay of game.
Man in motion wasn't set in time, just couldn't get a snap away before the play clock expired. They'll run here following the penalty. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play. This drive in jeopardy. Here's a 3rd and 10. He's going to throw this one. He's taken down. The Dolphins rush gets home. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
It's exactly how you draw it up defensively. A 3 and out and a sack on top of it. Create that negative play. Create a little doubt in that quarterback's mind. And offensively, well, that's the worst way to start it. No rhythm, no tempo, and now you give the ball right back to the opponent.
The Dolphins and their running back about to get back to work. And he's continuing a great start to the season. You can see currently pacing the NFL in rushing yards. The Dolphins in pretty good field position here as they come up 1st and 10. Completed over the middle. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. From the 48. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. 3rd and just 2 to go. the gun. They'll give it to him inside. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs. First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Another carry for him. And he ranges forward to the 31 before they bring him down. Now we'll take a moment to check out his numbers on the ground from a week ago. After a good pickup, they're set up with second and short. Back to the well again. And they bring him down. Looks like he got it to the 27. 3 yards there and enough to move the chains.
You know what I like about a second and short run play, Kate? Yeah, I like getting a first down, but you know what I like even more? That's going to set up a play action pass in a similar down and distance, and that defense is going to have to key on the run.
The drive picks up here, 1st and 10. This time it's a passing play. He's on the move. He's on the move. And he's going to go out of bounds just short of that red zone.
Well, you don't get the first down, but I'll tell you this, Kate, that drives the defense and the defensive coordinator nuts. They do everything right. They win, and yet still QB makes something out of nothing.
Off the play fake, he's going to throw. Headed out right. Now here he goes again.
But once a play breaks down, you're just looking for a running lane, just a little bit of room, just a little bit of air in the pocket. He found one of those two, but the defense swarms towards him and denies him the other.
And this one is dropped and incomplete. He had the pick in his hands, couldn't hang on. It's going to be 4th down. And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And that one's going to get them on the scoreboard.
Well, I know once that drive stalls out, that's where it really pays to have that reliable kicker on the sideline ready to bail you out. And he knocks that one right through to give him the lead.
He stopped on the return at the 27. Second drive coming up now for the Jets offense. And they haven't gotten their legs under them on offense just yet, Brock. 3 plays and a punt on their opening drive. Motioning the tight end now. A give now from the gun. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Pickup of 8 on the run, and that sets up 2nd and 2.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
From the 35 on 2nd down. Short pass brought in. And he's out of bounds just past, looks like the 40-yard line. That's good for 7 yards. And it's good enough for a New York first down. Looking to the air here. Caught for big yards on the right side. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And they make the tackle at the 28-yard line. He gets a couple on first, and they'll come up 2nd and 8. Fakes the handoff, now to throw. Pocket isn't holding up, they're able to drop him. And that pushes them back, 3rd down coming up. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Cut out left. And he's down inside the red zone before hitting the deck. So 3rd and 16, no problem for them as they get the first. Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he scampers ahead and gets 2 on the carry.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Back-to-back carries here. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. Call it a gain of 6, and they need only 2 now on 3rd down. That's the end of our first quarter. 3 more to go still on Monday night. Just 3-0 is our score. More from MetLife coming right up. Back now for the second quarter, and the Jets, they've got to look towards that end zone. The handoff on 3rd and short. And this one stopped at the 3-yard line. 9-yard pickup, and it sets him up with 1st and goal. They give it to him again. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss. Now from the 6 after that last play. Here's 2nd and goal. Now it's a bootleg for him. And they will score. Touchdown, New York. The Jets take a second quarter lead. Well, they definitely wanted to get that one out quick, Brock. They did just that, and it ends in 6.
We hear it all the time, but it is so true, Kate. This is a game about matchups. And when you see a throw that quick, it really was determined pre-snap. It was great design and tremendous execution.
On is the Jets kickoff team now to tee it up and send it away. He fields it from the 8. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Dolphins returning their offense and this running back to the field. And he's been a frequent visitor to the end zone over the first couple of months of this season. Right now actually leading the league in rushing touchdowns. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
You know, that was a play, Kate, right there where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along their routes, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time? Well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forces the incompletion.
A solid 8-yard gain there, and now they're going to have 3rd and 2. Tight end motioning right. Here he is to throw on 3rd and 2. That's caught for the 1st. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. It goes as a gain of 19 yards. And that's going to give the Dolphins a 1st down. Throwing from the gun. Short pass caught by his tight end. And he's brought down after pushing to that 35-yard line. A new set of downs awaits him. Here's 1st and 10. They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. To throw here on 1st down. Brought in right side. And he pushes this down to the 22-yard line. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
Hits him on the in route. And he's brought down inside the 10 at the 9. That's a gain of 13, and it sets him up with 1st and goal. Working inside the red zone. The throw is caught.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, give your quarterback a chance.
Throwing it again here. And he has the catch, gets both feet in, that's a touchdown! The Dolphins take a second quarter lead. They were throwing for it there, and they didn't care who knew about it, Brock. And it turns out, hey, nothing was going to stop them either.
Yeah, there's something about an empty formation. You are declaring to a defense, other than QB draw, this ball is going to be in the air. But at the same time, you also force the defense's hand. There's only so many coverages they can play, and they just exposed them.
That one right down the middle. And the Dolphins push their lead. The Dolphins have their kickoff team out as they kick it away. Return coming from the 6. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Jets ready for their next series, led out on offense by their quarterback. They'll try to emphasize what worked on their last drive, which ended Brock in a touchdown. And he's only going to get 2 or 3 yards on that one.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Here's 2nd and 7. Hits him on the out route. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs. Football on that 47-yard line, first down. Putting the tight end in motion. And the play clock hits 0. This is going to be delay of game.
Delay of game. Option.
Must have lost sight of the play clock there, Brock, because the quarterback could have snapped it in time, but instead, they take the penalty. Setting up a throw. It is Cup, left side. And he's able to cross midfield before going out. 2nd down now, 7 to go. They'll run here from the gun. And his short run's going to get them into enemy territory to the 49. They come to the line here. This is 3rd and 6. Pass play now. Complete beyond the marker. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. New slated downs to approach here from the 40. Now they'll throw out of the gun. Walking the tightrope there, but he makes the grab in bounds.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. And with 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
2nd and 1. That one's complete, right side. And they get him right at the line of scrimmage.
You know, Kate, it's almost as if the defense invited him to make that throw. That was a play they knew they could defend, and they stopped it right at the line.
And the Dolphins in a nickel set for this 3rd down. The give now out of the shotgun. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. So it's the 2-minute warning here from MetLife. The Jets with a big decision to make here. Field goal try upcoming from the Jets. Ball on the right hash, 48 yards out. And that one is good. A little longer, but no problem at all. And it'll knock this game up late in the 2nd quarter.
You'd expect him to make most of those attempts from this distance, but it's never a lock. So they'll happily take this and finish off the drive with points.
That's going to be taken in at the 8. Good looking return here, and he's got room. And it's a nice return here. They'll tackle him shy of the 35. Ball at the 33 for 1st down. They'll throw to begin this drive. He gets a lot behind one. Deep down. That's caught at the 25. And he'll take this across. Touchdown, Miami. The Dolphins get some late points and the lead. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. And you got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
Now they'll see if they can tack on one more. Right down the middle. It's good. And the Dolphins break that tie and now lead by 7. The Dolphins have their kickoff team out as they kick it away. Starting from the 5. They'll bottle him up as he gets the return to the 30. The Jets have their offense ready to go again. They'll look to knot up this game right now as they trail 17-10. Motion man sent left. Trying to throw here out of the gun. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll head out of bounds after a short gain.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
2nd and 8. Setting up the running back screen. It's a gain of 12 there. And it'll give the Jets a first down.
At that down and distance, this group was pretty confident the screen would get them enough yards for the first, and it did. And so long as it keeps working like that, I bet you it'll be a go-to play for them when they need it the next time.
Finds a man right side. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. So the big play has him well in. And field goal range. They're inside the 30. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. The Jets take their first time out. They really need some chunk yardage here on 2nd down. Trying again following the sack. Throwing deep for the end zone. That's much too high and out of the end zone. Incomplete. Took his shot at 6 that time. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long.
Well, QB put it pretty close to the sideline to begin with, and the defender, look at him, just put his little hand right out there. It just encouraged it to fall out of bounds.
3rd and long for him here. Short pass brought in. And he runs this to the 25 before being brought down. Field goal try upcoming from the Jets. This 42 yards from the right hash. And that one is good. A little longer, but no problem at all. And it's dropped back down now to a 4-point game.
Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm. And no better way to feel good and get into that rhythm than start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. Probably looking at our final snap of the half here on 1st down. He takes a knee, and that's going to run out the final couple seconds of half number 1. That brings us to the break. The visiting Dolphins holding an early advantage. Now down the coast we go to Orlando, Florida, in our studio there. Jonathan Coachman waiting by with the EA. Well, I hope everybody was lightning quick, ready to grab a refill or a bite to eat, because no halftime report this week. Everyone's set to get the 3rd quarter underway. The Dolphins have their kickoff team out as they kick it away. Returning it from the 4. And this drive will start inside the 25. So to begin the 3rd quarter, the New York offense returning to the field. They'll try to get that ground game established better than they did in the opening half, Brock. See if they can attack that deficit. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. A tight end in motion now. Throwing it to start this drive. Tight end reels in the shallow throw. And they take him down at the 24-yard line. Now after making that catch, we see he's shaken up. Trainer's heading out to take a look. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. From the 24. And the defender redirects that deep shot. Nicely done. Incomplete. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. So now it's gonna be 3rd and long. Dropping back to throw. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Here comes the punting unit for the Jets. And this will be his second effort of the contest. And he's getting nothing on that return. They wrap him up almost at the exact spot that he fielded that punt. That one an impressive 57-yard kick. And it'll be Dolphins football. They go play action on first. Complete out to the right side. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They pick up 20 yards there. And it'll be first down, Miami. One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. They motion a receiver left. To the air now on 1st and 10. He's going to loft one deep to the left. And he's there to send that one away, incomplete. That one vehemently swatted away. So it'll be 2nd down. Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line. Give him 3 that time. That's going to bring up 3rd and 7. Back to throw now. That's complete to the sideline. Not a ton of room, but he does get the feet down.
Here we go. Here's one of those game situations that just puts a smile on my face, because I can think from Pop Warner to the NFL, everybody on the field thinking the same thing. Can we go for it? Can we get one more shot as you end up just short on that 3rd down?
They'll run for this. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
You know, Kate, if you notice those guys that love to feed themselves on the field, right? They love to just get more and more. They're hungry for even more. I'll tell you what, that tackle, it prevented something that's going to be a lot bigger, but that back remains hungry.
Finds his target, Patterson. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal. They'll try and punch it in. And he can only manage 1 yard. The defenders were at the ready to bring him down.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on 1st and goal. You keep it safe, you push a little closer, and now you're set up for what you want to do on 2nd down.
Going ground game again here. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop. It'll be a 5-yard gain. That brings up 3rd and goal.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you can be a Pro Bowler.
3rd time's the charm. He gets it again. And he pushes forward, but they don't get much there. Here we go. 4th and goal inside the 1. Oh, well, Brock, they're giving him a 4th and final chance. And he's in for the touchdown. The Dolphins push their lead further to start the half. That one splits the uprights. And the Dolphins drive their lead to 11. The Dolphins have their kickoff team out as they kick it away. This one's fielded at the 40-yard line. Oh, he eats a hit to bring an end to that return right near the 25. The Jets out to begin another drive. And this game might be going better if he could have some more time just to work back there. This pass rush has been all over them. Really keeps taking this offense out of any grooves that they've managed to get into.
Okay, I like to say in life there's energy givers and there's energy vampires.
Yeah.
And for this defense, these sacks right here, they're such energy givers. And man, it's like a vampire sucking the juice out of an offense.
Yeah, I love that. 1st and 10, looking to throw. It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete. Looking for his wide receiver there. And it's going to be 2nd down.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And they'll bring him down after a pretty short gain. Only 2 yards on the play, and it brings up 3rd and 8. They're throwing it. Has it left side, Brock, but the throw carried him too close to that edge. They're going to say he brought it in out of bounds, and that's going to bring up 4th down. On now comes their punter. And he sends this away. Definitely his best kick of the game thus far. And the coverage team is there as he fields it, so almost nothing on that return before he stopped. That punt finishes as a 60-yard effort. And they're going to take over possession. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Lone back gets the handoff. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. Pickup of 12 on that play. And that's going to give the Dolphins a 1st down. Back to throw. An alert play defensively there. He got a hand on it to tip it away, and that makes it 2nd down. They send a tight end in motion. 2nd and 10 now. He's got it over the middle. Jukes one defender. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. Here's a throw. Completed over the middle. And he's able to take this one down to the 25. Now following that completion, we see a man shaken up. Officials calling for a pause as he gets looked at. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's brought down for a loss.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. 2nd and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical 3rd down.
And they bring him down at the 18-yard line. Now after the run, we see some trainers headed out for an injured player who was shaken up. All set up now for 1st and 10. Another carry for him. And he only manages one. Couple of defenders there to bring him down.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get 1st downs against the better defenses in this league.
Finds him over the middle. And he has it down to the 8-yard line on the play. It appears all that prep work and studying that you quarterbacks love to do in the build-up to the game, Brock, it has certainly paid off. This guy has picked apart this defense much of the contest.
This is one of those games you appreciate. There's going to be peaks, there's going to be valleys, there's going to be mountaintops. Just like pitchers don't have all their stuff every time out, well, when you do and you're electric, it's sure fun to play.
4 yards on the play, and that picks up a 1st and goal. Back to the well again. And a couple of teammates combining there for the stop after just 1 yard.
Hey, I get it on 1st and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
They give it to him up the middle. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Defense making a couple of good stops here, and this brings up 3rd and goal. Here's a give straight up the middle. And again, they stall him out at the line. He couldn't get it. So the Dolphins bringing out the field goal unit for a try here. This is a chip shot from the left hash. And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And that extends their lead to 14.
Inspiring a bunch of confidence in himself right there, Kate. 2nd time they brought him out for a field goal, and 2nd time, well, he's knocked it right through. Trust is earned in a number of different ways on the field, but that's the best way to gain it as a kicker.
And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. Only 1 quarter remains in our final game of the week. That's the end of the 3rd. The Jets have it, but some work to do in the final frame. They're trailing. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Give now to the running back. And they're all over him again. He's dropped at the line of scrimmage. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10. They'll motion him out of the backfield. Throw left side, complete. Oh, this big guy is moving. And he breaks into enemy territory before being stopped on a huge gain. Now they'll hit the line just outside the red zone following that big play. Here's the one back on the handoff. And he's brought down by a collective effort there, only 1 yard on the carry. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Receiver in motion, going left. The play clock ran all the way down there, and this is going to cost the offense.
Delay of game.
Man in motion wasn't set in time, just couldn't get a snap away before the play clock expired. Everyone's prepped, it's 2nd down now. Back to throw. Catch made by Carter. And he's going to go out of bounds just short of that red zone. Let's see what they draw up on this 3rd and 7. Sending a receiver left. They don't get this snapped in time. This is going to back them up.
Delay of game.
Man in motion wasn't set in time. Just couldn't get a snap away before the play clock expired. Penalty not helping their cause for this 3rd down. Now looking to throw. Finds his man over the middle. Decent gain here, but short of the 1st.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And that'll get him back to 11.
This is a case of, well, just get what you can on the way out the door, Kate. It's already out of reach. Just take the 3, let your kicker get some points, and make it a hair closer in the box score.
Has this at the 6. He's got a lane up past the 30. And this will give them decent field position. The return gets out to the 30. The Dolphins back out on offense. Their running back headed out once again. And his performance has ailed against what has been a very stout defensive front. This hasn't been a contest to stack up there among his better showings, partner. They've made it real difficult to find any holes to hit, and there's been absolutely no space for him to work with. First and 10 now from the 30. They'll come out throwing. Complete over the middle. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
Running for the marker on second. And he's down. Looks like they made the stop at the 46-yard line. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks. New set of downs for him from the 46. To throw here on first down. Catch made over the middle. And they're going to bring him down at the 36. I'm just going to go out on a limb, partner, and say that this defense probably pretty tired of having to deal with this guy by this point.
Tired or exhausted?
Both?
Yes. Yeah, they don't have an answer. And when you've got an elite guy like this, no matter what you throw at him and he delivers, man, it puts you to sleep.
And they love to see him fighting forward, but he only gets them 3.
Hey, not a bad play by any means, but there's room for more, and they know it.
Here's second and 7. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be third down.
You need to buy your receivers enough time to get open along their route, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit them with the throw. When the line doesn't hold up, incompletions follow.
They're going to throw it on third and long. Complete beyond the marker. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. And that gets him to double digits with his 10th reception of the game. They've kept him about as busy as they could all contest. They'll run here on first down. And they bring him down pretty quickly at the 10. They'll come to the line here, second and 9. Back-to-back carries here. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4. It's a gain of 6, and they only need half of that now on third and 3.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
Third down from the gun. The Jets get there and bring him down. Now this is the dreaded sight anytime there's a sack. He's hurting after taking that hit, and they're going to get out there to check on him. And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And that extends their lead to 14.
Those 3 points could go a long way to securing this W. Makes it a lot more comfortable knowing the other side's got to score a couple touchdowns now. A touchdown to field goal's not going to get it done anymore.
Return coming from the 6. He's got a lane up past the 30. And he was pushing for midfield there before they finally dragged him down at the 45. New York taking over once again. The offense heading out. And down double digits, Brock. Field goals like we saw in their last drive aren't going to move the needle as much as they need to. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. He'll look to throw. Has him on the quick hitter. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
You know what I love to say? You never go broke taking a profit, and you often gain profits when you use your eyes as a quarterback. Those hitch routes, those underneath throws, oftentimes it's the eyes of the quarterback looking downfield and then taking that short completion.
That's caught for the first. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. From the red zone now. Catch is made in close.
Kate, I can't tell you how good that is. Anticipating the outcut, having the ball on the way before the receiver's head even turns, he puts it on him so that receiver can easily get out of bounds for the nice gain.
And he hauls it in for the New York touchdown. The Jets now within one score in the 4th. That one right down the middle. And the Jets chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. Returning it from the 4. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. The offense returning to the field now as we get a look at their wideouts. And this really looks like a whole different ball game after that touchdown, doesn't it? They really need to go on a drive here. Here's a give up the middle. And he'll bowl his way ahead for a 4-yard pickup.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 + 4 + 4 equals a first down.
And they'll take this up to around the 29-yard line. They pick up 1 on the run. Need more, though. That takes them to 3rd and 5. So we're down to the 2-minute warning here from New York. Dolphins feeling lucky with a 7-point lead. Here they come. This is 3rd and 5. They give it to him again. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. With 1:54 remaining, the defense burns a timeout. Well, this certainly has been a memorable contest for him. His coaches, man, they're going to take this kind of output every single game.
This goes a little beyond the expectations they have for him, maybe even for himself. What impresses me so much, Kate, the guy just doesn't tire, getting stronger, literally, as this game's going on.
And right away, we get a timeout from the defense. 1:51 to go. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And they get there to take him down right around the 41. Timeout called by the Jets. That's their final one. Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on 1st down. He goes to a knee as time winds down in this one.
This is situational football at its best. There's still some time left to bleed off the clock, but the really important thing here is you've got to bleed every second of that clock that you can.
Dolphins breaking out the victory formation here as he goes to a knee.
There's still some time to bleed off the clock, but the important factor is that the defense is helpless to stop it. You could just run that clock down as far as you're able and take off every single second.
So they take a knee here, and they say perfect on the season. Another victory added on to their streak.
Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
So it's a win for the visiting Dolphins. And as we play in October, they have kept their perfect start to the season going. To the point, Brock, I think you could argue they might be the league's best team in the front half of this campaign. And with Brock Heward and our EA Sports crew, I'm Kate Scott saying so long from this one. The Dolphins, your winners, as we say so long from New York.